Hi, thank you for joining us. This is Joseph Lobrutto III. He is a renowned medium and very well known. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, thank you, Lauren, for having me on the show.
How did you come about your spiritual journey?
Well, I came about kicking and screaming, so to say. I had this gift when I was a child, but I didn't know any different. Used to see spirits that came in my room, they talked to me. And it wasn't until about age 10, when my grandmother passed away, is when I first experienced death. But a few days after her death, she came to me in my bedroom and she scared me. And I said, oh my God, I'm seeing ghosts. And I shut down completely. It wasn't until later in life, probably in my early 20s, is when I started opening up again.
So you learned to work through the fear and realize that you were there to receive messages to help.
My cousin Joe Lobrutto passed away. He's, 34. It's an Italian thing. Name everybody after your granddad, so he had the same name as me. Well, I attended his funeral, and as I was driving home, I was stopped at a red light, and then I heard his voice, and I turned to the passenger side, and there he was smiling at me. He wanted me to give a message to his wife, and I thought I was going crazy. I thought, no, this is not happening. This is not happening. Finally, he gave me something that was validating to her, and he opened up the doors for me. I started hearing, seeing, feeling spirits everywhere I go, and I decided to help people, and that's what started my journey in my mediumship work.
And sometimes people misinterpret things. When they hear medium, they don't necessarily relate that to God, but you very much resonate with God and your spiritual background. That's how your gifts are given to people, that God gave you this gift, correct?
That's correct. The book I wrote, Is There More to Life Than What We Know, is a spiritual journey and awakening and finding God. And it kind of tells you how we all relate to God and how psychics and mediums and healers are all part of this. God gives us His power to heal. We had prophets throughout the past that gave us our futures and tell us what's happening. And it still continues today. I have to say we're like a modern day prophet. And with mediumship, it's a way of healing those who are grieving. And it all stems down from God.
And you're doing a lot of healing work lately. What type? Explain to, let's say, the lay person that's just getting into their spirituality, that doesn't truly understand what healing means. Like, okay. We're not talking about a revivalist tent. We're not talking about things of that nature, of what they're used to as far as healing is concerned.
Okay, well, this hit me with a ton of bricks, too. I didn't expect it. And in 2012, I had the opportunity to go to Brazil to meet John of God. When I met with John of God, I know John of God is a channel. I started out as being a channel first before anything. That was my thing. I went into meditation, channeled my spirit guides, then mediumship came afterwards. When I met John of God, I thought maybe I can increase my channeling abilities or maybe my mediumship abilities. This is when he kind of held my hand and he looked at me and he says, Joseph, within 2 years you're going to be healing people. Within a year and a half, shortly after I met with him, I started healing people, and it was by accident. It was at a workshop that I do, connecting with your angels and spirit guides, where I put everybody under meditation, where it's like a self-hypnosis. I had a woman there who was in an auto accident and told me, Joseph, I cannot sit so long, so if I get up in the middle of your meditation, don't take offense. Because of my back, I only can sit maybe 10, 15 minutes. Well, I put everybody under, and she was under deeply, and she just pretty much looked like she was asleep through the whole thing. I couldn't even talk to her. After everybody started to come out to meditation to share their stories about their spirit guides and angels, she looked at me, and she said, Joseph, my back doesn't hurt anymore. And she stood up out of her chair, and she bent and touched her toes, and she said, oh my God. Then it dawned on me, John of God. So I started to do healing work with circles, what I call divine healing gatherings. And since then, I met a girl named Natalie with stage 4 cancer, 2 months to live. And I was healing people with just neck aches, back aches, and stuff like that. I've never really worked with anyone with diseases. So with Natalie, I told her, come to my office every Wednesday, 4 p.m. Let's work and let's see what happens. I can't promise anything, but you never know. So as of October 2013 till December 2013, she is completely cancer-free and still cancer-free this day. Since then, I have I have worked with my masters. My healing comes from the healing masters, I call them. To give you an idea how it works is we're in a group setting. I will bring in the masters, and people will feel manipulations of their body parts. They'll feel their arms being pulled, their necks being turned, as these masters enter into the room for healing. Inside, they might feel a sensation of burning wherever they have anything going on. Since the masters have been working through me, I'm up to my 5th person healed from cancer. My assistant Stacy, she doesn't mind me telling people, but she had Crohn's disease for 3 years, completely Crohn's free, not even in her system anymore. And the list is just starting to grow and grow and grow on people are being healed.
So you're a conduit.
Exactly. So I have to say I'm a conduit. The healing masters work through me. I will actually lay my hands on certain areas where they can feel the heat resonate through there as the masters work with them. Or if I'm in a group, a few weeks ago, we had 150 people in the audience where I just healed the whole group, the masters did, and people said they could feel people going, touching them and adjusting them, and a lot of them were saying that they felt so much better just sitting there.
So I know in your book you talk about spirit guides. How did you find your spirit guides?
Well, in my early 20s, I saw a movie called Out on a Limb with Shirley MacLaine, and it was channeling, and I had an interest about it. I said, oh my God, I want to learn that. I found a mentor, Marilyn Raphael, here in Palm Beach County, and she took me under her wing. And I started learning on channeling and how to channel, and this is when my spirit guides started coming in. The first one was Patrick. Patrick, picture a little leprechaun guy, Irish, laughter raises the vibrations.
So you had to be open.
Yes,
you had to be open.
You have to be open on there.
And if people want to get in touch with you in regard to healing, or if they want a reading, or they want to attend a workshop, how do they get in touch with you?
PsychicMediumJoseph.com will take you directly to my website. That's probably the easiest way to do it.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it.
Oh, I appreciate being on here.
And what was the name of your book again?
Is There More to Life Than What We Know? A Spiritual Journey and Awakening to Finding God.
By Joseph Lobrutto III.